前の力見極めさせてもらう。
With his girlfriend's betrayal fully exposed, Ashley is called upon to review the footage. Thinking that he's prepared for any outcome, Ashley's taken aback.
Welcome back, my hair king and queen. Today, we're just going to be learning sewing methods.
We'll come back to take a look at her short here in Dortmund in just a moment.
Is called the first method is overcast. This is taking the thread and the needle through the weft,
representing the USA.
pulling it straight through
Throughout
it,
the years, Michelle
and then just repeating that same
has
thing.
learned how to get ready for the right competitions at the right time, even when not competing with a heavy schedule throughout the year. Last year was a light schedule, this year a light schedule, but here she is, a little bit of a question mark now, though, because she was only third in her qualifying group.
We're just pulling it through, and that's basically called an overcast stitch. This is the most generally used method.
She knows she
for
has
sewing
to skate
technique.
a great short program.
Then you can
This
see that I'm
program
just
suits
taking
her
that needle and thread through the weft of the track. And if you're not sure what the weft is, you know, that's the part that's holding the hair on the track. Make sure you pull it pretty tight to make sure that track is holding on there onto your hair. But you don't want it too tight because when it comes all together, the brain is really going to be pulling it. You don't want to have one of those headaches for 3 or 4 days. So once again, this is called the overcast stitch. You can double back through, go ahead and fold the track over, just so you don't waste your hair or waste time by continuously cutting the track. So you're basically just pulling that needle through the weft and just doing that same thing over repeatedly. And this is the easiest method. I like it a lot, but it isn't my favorite method. We'll get to that in a few minutes. So the second method that I will be teaching you guys today is actually called a lock stitch. Now it's called a lock stitch because what you're actually doing is you're doing just like you do with the first method. You take that needle and thread, pull it through the weft, like you see me doing now. Once you pull it through that weft, you should have a loop through the rest of the string. That loop like you see me doing now, you go ahead and stick that needle through the loop. Just pull it through. Simple, and that's called a lock stitch. You'll have that circle, that loop, like you see in my hand. You typically hold it on your thumb. You want to take that thread and pull it through that loop. And to know you're doing it correctly, you'll actually see a line created. That you'll have that same pattern throughout the track. So you're just putting it through the track, pulling it through the loop, putting it through that hole, pull it through. Make sure you pull it tightly so that your tracks do not slip. Several different methods to do a sew-in.
Well, little lady, let me elucidate here. Everybody wants to be a cat, because a cat's the only cat who knows where it's at.
Tell me, everybody's picking up on that feline beat. 'Cause everything else is obsolete.
I wouldn't you?
A square with a horn makes you wish you weren't born.
Every time he plays.
But with a square in the act, you can set music back.
To the caveman days.
I've heard some corny birds who tried to sing.
The cat's the only cat who knows how to swing.
Stuff like that.
When everybody wants to be a cat. A square with a horn makes you wish you weren't born. Every time he plays, oh, a rinky-dinky-dinky with a square in the act. You can set music back to the caveman days.
Oh, a rinky-dinky-dinky. Everybody wants to be a cat.
Because a cat's the only cat who knows where it's at.
When Granny dies, he always has a welcome mat.
Everybody thinks a swinging cat.
Oh boy, fellas, let's rock the joint.
tight as you can at is up at the top where I'm showing you right now, and also right where your ankle is to support your ankles so they don't go inward or outward in your boots. Now talking about your blades have an inside and an outside edge, and right now I'm showing you guys the outside edge on your blade, and then I'm going to show you guys the inside. So this right now is to find this balance. Here's a photo with some really good information on it about your inside and outside blades if you were confused about it before. Next, we're talking about balancing on those thin blades. So my biggest tip for you guys is to not let your blades fall to the outside edge because it is very hard to balance in that position. Squeeze your core muscles, which is your whole stomach. Keep your legs shoulder width apart. Once you've got that position down, practice bending your knees and keeping your knees over your toes, and also keeping your arms out at all times kind of in front of you so you can catch yourself if you fall. Next, we are talking about where you want to be on your blade when you're gliding. So when you are gliding forwards, you want to be on the mid to mid back of your blade, so the middle to back, because if you were on the forward part of your blade, you would fall forward. And when you are going backwards, you want to be on the mid to mid front, so the opposite, so you won't slip back, because that is never fun to land on your head or your back or something else. So always think of where you want to be on your blade, because it is very important so you can keep your center of balance. Once you've found your center of balance on the ice and you can stay upright, try lifting your feet and doing little marches like I'm showing you here. Always remember to keep your core tight, bend your knees over your toes, and also always keep your arms out a little bit in front of you to catch yourself if you slip. Now we are talking about how to stop. So right now I'm showing you guys a snowplow stop. So what you want to do is bend your knees and kind of turn them in and stop with the outside part of your blade. And you never know if the ice will be on your side or not, so always keep your arms out ready to catch yourself, and also always keep your center of balance. Now we are talking about T-stops, which is a little bit more advanced than the snowplow stop. However, this stop is sometimes used in skating routines or programs, so it is
our next skater.
Where are you going?
Représentant la République de la Corée, representing the Republic of Korea. Yana Kim.
Not a problem.
SUV and walks his rider down the hill. Tony greets him with a hug and a kiss. Although his girlfriend of 7 years claims she searches out the truth.
They saddened me, you know, just tons of emotions that are far from positive, but I really just don't know what would become of that.
Tawny, age 27, a freelance writer suspected of clandestine infidelities with other men. Investigation Day 3. Gaining intel provided by the client, Cheater's detective set up a perimeter around the home Ashley shares with his girlfriend. Operatives spot the suspect, identified only as Tawny, exiting her abode. She's tailed to a well-known coffee shop. She gets her drink and, stepping outside, grabs a table on the sidewalk. And after a while, an unknown male arrives. Reaching into his pack, the man pulls out a file folder, followed by a large book. He thumbs through it, showing her several passages. After a few minutes, the suspect's contact stands up and says his goodbyes. He walks off, leaving the materials for Tawny's perusal. She, after a moment, also stands and leaves, ending this day of surveillance. Investigation Day 5. Not long after sundown, Tawny is seen leaving. This time, she's followed across town to a public library. She waits out in front of the building, and after a short while, the suspect sees the unknown male from previous surveillance, now identified only as Patrick. He greets Tawny with a hug and a brief kiss. Once detectives get inside, they catch the two sitting cozily at a computer. Almost 2 hours pass before the pair get up from the booth and Patrick leads Tawny into the steps. Tawny kisses Patrick, and they make out for a few minutes. Sometime later, they go outside, and Tawny escorts her new beau to his two-wheeled vehicle. They say goodbye by way of lip locks. Patrick grabs Tawny's derriere one more time before mounting his bicycle. He leaves in darkened park. She leaves her vehicle and makes her way down the hill. Shortly, Patrick is seen riding on his bicycle.
Don't kneel. You are not a servant girl anymore. Step into the light. I see water in there.
Does that displease you?
Water is powerful. It can wash away earth, water, fire, and even destroy iron. But you have not drawn those strings up.
But you, Kimono.
You may apologize if you wish. Why, that is a perfect bow. For a pig farm. Don't drop your head. Fingertips together. Elbows in. No weight on the hands. Yes. As for the kimono, I'm no Fuji. Tatsumomo cannot tolerate competition.
She is jealous of you.
Not me, I'm afraid. Someone closer to her. Rise. Not like a horse. Slide your foot forward. That's it. Now walk. You are a magnificent geisha. Tell me, Chio, does Mrs. Nita ever speak of the future? Well, someday soon she will have to name an heir, one of her own geisha, to succeed her. Strange, isn't it? She has not adopted a son.
That would be like releasing a tiger from its cage.
You have a gift for expression. And if Mrs. Nita adopts Maki, that is hardly a threat. But a young girl with eyes like rain.
Mrs. Nita would never listen.
On the contrary, that is our goal.
It is?
Of course. If you do not inherit the Ophia, you will be held at the dagger's mercy.
Hello? Hey, baby, what's going on? Where are you? I just had to run out for a minute. Run out for 2 o'clock in the morning. That phone call was a really good and reliable source, and I had to go meet him. Your source? It's for my job, okay? Look, I'll be home soon. Why are you always running out with him? Because this is my job, Ashley. This is something that's important to me. Do what you're doing, and I want you home pretty soon. We need to talk about this, okay? All right, I'll see you later. All right, bye.
Gaining enough footage of Tawny's misdeeds, the detectives call it a night and return to headquarters to begin compiling the evidence for Ashley's ultimate review.
去れ、ここにお前の居場所はない。
Now we could go a whole lot faster. I'm just moving fairly slow just to make sure that you guys understand the method totally. And the thread that I'm using is a nylon thread. It doesn't tangle up as much. Although it can get tangled, it's pretty easy to get untangled. Now the third method that I'm gonna show you is called a double lock stitch. Almost like the lock stitch, but the only thing that you're doing differently is just looping it through that loop 2 times instead of 1 time. So you can see me demonstrate here. Well, I'm going ahead and I have that loop there. I pull it through once, I pull it through twice, and then I'll just go ahead and make sure that it's tight. Pretty visible. Okay, so you see me creating a loop there now. And you go ahead and stick the needle through once. Then you stick it through twice. And then just pull it tightly to make sure that the track is sealed. Now think about the double lock stitch. It is a little bit more time consuming than the lock stitch, but this is those sew-ins that last for months and months at a time because the needle with thread is on there so securely. So if you're a stylist out there and you never knew exactly what this method is called, this is the double lock stitch. And for those at home, if you ever just practice on your own head or practice on a mannequin, you know, you could use this as a guide for those long-lasting sew-ins. This is the double lock stitch method. And once again, you're just pulling that that needle and thread through the weft, wrap it through the loop once, wrap it through the loop twice, and then just go ahead and pull it down straight. And you'll see a line that's formed over the thread, over the track, that creates a pattern that lets you know that you're doing correctly. And if you tug on those tracks, they won't they won't fall at all. They're on there pretty firmly. Make sure you pull that needle and thread through that loop. Just pull it tight. So you take the needle and thread, you pull it through the weft of the track. You create that loop. So just going back over everything, there's a lot of different ways to do sew-ins. Maybe your stylist used the overstitch method. Maybe your stylist used the lock stitch.
時は戦国、動乱の時代。栄光、繁栄、戦の陰に闇に生き、闇に消えゆく者たちがいた。その者の名は忍び。命を賭して歴史を築き、名を知られることもなく影の世に存在する。この者もまた影の道を選んだ一人である。